We want to get you up to date on some major breaking news we're following out of downtown Denver.
Shots were fired during the 420 rally today in Civic Center Park. We saw the crowd scatter, thousands of people running from the park just after 5 o'clock. We've also seen at least 2 people being loaded into ambulances. Our Stan Bush is live at Civic Center Park. Stan, what's going on there now?
Well, Kathy, right now the remainder of this crowd is breaking up. I wanted to address something that we had in our last report here. Just by us, you had an ambulance that was loading up. We do know at this point that that person that was getting loaded into the ambulance was not a victim of the shooting. There's a medical tent that's set up just down from our location, and people who are having adverse experience or effects from whatever sort of marijuana they had been smoking or if they'd been drinking too much were getting treated there. So we at least know that that person was not involved. I have with me Kelsey Hansen. Kelsey, how close were you when the shots went off?
We were pretty close. We were standing down right by the front of the stage and excited to be there. There were some artists here, and we were dancing. Next thing I know, I heard some gunshots go off, and pretty intense. I mean, people responded immediately. There's people jumping over the sides of the, the side of the stage. There was people, I mean, in a frenzy, a complete frenzy. We got pushed up against the gate really hard. I mean, it was crazy. People were, it was insane. So we were pretty close down by there, and somebody we were standing by said that he had witnessed somebody with a gun who pulled out a gun and set off shots, and he said he saw somebody that was laying on the ground.
Had anyone talked to you about what might have started whatever fight led to the shooting?
Yes, I heard that there was some gang signs that were being thrown up ahead of time. I don't know how accurate that source was, but I heard that it was a black man that was holding the gun, and that one guy was laying on the ground afterwards, and it was pretty crazy.
Had you seen conflicts that had gone on throughout the day while you were at this rally?
No, to be honest with you, I hadn't. So it was kind of out of nowhere, and it was in the middle of the rap show, and so I don't know how it got out of control, but I did hear it was gang related.
You were with a group of people. You
Yes.
had that large group of people that had just scattered as soon as the shots got fired.
Yes.
Did you see anyone get hurt just in that initial scatter of people trying to run away?
I did. I saw several people get trampled. It was insane. I took videos. It was so insane. People's shoes were everywhere, and people's cell phones and all of their belongings and stuff. I mean, it was crazy. And I heard people, saying explosions, and people thought a bomb had gone off, and it was insane. That place cleared out in like 2 minutes.
Okay, Kelsey, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Kathy, when we were in our break, I was able to go to the other side of the park. Police now have a perimeter set up. This happened just beyond the Greek Amphitheater on what I would suppose is the southwest corner. That's an area that is right next to 14th Street and really doesn't get a lot of attention. In the past years when this event has gone off, that's where people who don't usually want to be in the middle of the fray but still want to be at the event decide to camp out, have a picnic, and stay away. Right now, that area is completely cordoned off. There are hundreds of people watching the police line as investigators try to understand exactly what led to this shooting. Tom, Kathy?
We knew there was a big police presence there for the 420 event, so I imagine it's very fortunate those officers were already there when the shots rang out. What are you seeing now in terms of the police presence?
Well, that police presence now seems to be specifically centered on the crime scene. We actually had a chance to speak with Denver police earlier today when it just came to talking about the 420 event. They had decided to take a very passive approach to monitoring 420, knowing that people were going to be smoking pot, which is still illegal in Denver despite Amendment 64. So they had uniformed officers around the entire perimeter. They also had some undercover officers and park rangers that were monitoring the crowd from the inside. But they had also said specifically in relating to the Boston Marathon bombing that they didn't see a reason to check people's bags today. That may certainly change in the future, though. Tom?
Stan, just really quickly, can you tell us how many people were injured?
Yeah, Kathy, at this point we do not know. The investigators are still trying to understand exactly what happened, and they have not been speaking to the press at this point.
All right, Stan Bush live at Civic Center Park. Again, 4 or 5 shots rang out right around 5 o'clock during the 420 event out there at Civic Center Park. We don't know if anyone was hit. We've heard this woman say possibly gang-related. That's just one woman talking about it. But we do know there's a big police presence out there. Of course, Stan is there too, and we'll be going back to him throughout the evening.
And we did see one person being loaded onto a gurney, being administered to quickly after the shots were fired. We don't know, once again, if that person was hit by bullets.
Right, exactly. But of course, we'll continue to follow this breaking story throughout the evening here on CBS 4. We're also following more breaking news out of the high country tonight, a deadly avalanche on Loveland Pass.
And we'll be right back with a live update from Clear Creek County.